Brother and lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We are back again with the player ratings there in Arsenal 5, Norwich 0. What a performance. I think I'm going to give 10 out of 10 to everyone in this game because we are going to be discussing in detail each player's performance and there will be rewarding them out of 10. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Make sure you also describe what you saw in that game. Who was your man of the match? Let me know there. Many people voting for Martin Odegaard. Many people there voting for Saka as well. I was really impressed with Martin Odegaard. I thought he was world class. I thought he was really, really phenomenal. But we're going to be discussing each player in isolation in this video yet again. Of course, make sure you also follow BellBet down in the description below. They are saying if you want to bet with them, if you want an extra income, if you want there to be a rich man just earning some side income, then what you would call more income streams. One of them could be coming from MailBet. Make sure you do check out MailBet. Use my promo code there, Cossy, and obviously you'll be able to win some 300% bonus on your first deposit. Check them out, but remember to bet responsibly, and also remember that betting can actually affect you mentally. Your capital can also go up as well as down, so make sure you do that very, very responsibly and do not overdo it. Let's get to the player ratings then, lads. I'll start off with Ramsdale in goal there, keeping another clean sheet. How many clean sheets have we kept under Ramsdale ever since he came into the Arsenal goal? A lot of organization, a lot of trust, a lot of confidence that we are getting in the back line. And of course, I'm gonna say, as an Arsenal fan, I'm really, really, really happy. I'm really contented with Aaron Ramsdale, and I no longer need Leno in that goal. I no longer need Ban Leno in my goal. Ramsdale there, I'm going to say not a lot of work done by the player, but I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 because for me, again, another clean sheet for my goalkeeper. Passing accuracy there, 87%. And of course, how many touches did he have? You can guess there. 22 touches, accurate touches out of 26 passes attempted. Very, very good goalkeeper. I think he is a modern goalkeeper. We know that he is actually one of those revolutionized goalkeepers in the world, trying to pass the ball, trying to be very, very confident on the ball, helping the team to build attacks, helping the team to play out from the back. You can see Granit Xhaka is getting a little bit confident. You can see likes of Ben White, Rob Holding. They are confident when he is in goal because they know when they get that ball and they are under pressure, they will fall back to their goalkeeper. But also they know when they are going to receive the ball, they will receive it at the right time, in the right space from Ramsdale. I think his game reading is also very, very key. Of course, we saw him today, only 2 saves in that game, but the passing and of course the ball play was absolutely phenomenal. Ramsdale for me, guys, 10 out of 10, and a clean sheet in a 5-0, in a 5-0 win away from home. There is nothing you're telling me about my goalkeeper. 10 out of 10. Beautiful, beautiful game from Ramsdale. I think if we can, if we can keep him fit, if we can keep on improving as a goalkeeper, because the Wenger lad is so young. He's only 23 for a goalkeeper. He has 10 years, 20 years actually to go. 20 years for a goalkeeper, and I believe he's going to be one of the best goalkeepers there in the world. By the time we play in the World Cup, we could see Ramsdale beating Jordan Pickford to the English #1 spot, and that is what I want to see. I want to see Arsenal players there in the English national team. I want to see Saka, I want to see Smith Rowe, I want to see Ramsdale, I want to see Ben White, I want to see all my players there representing England. Of course, starting in the lineup. It's tough competition, but I believe our players will do it because they are good and we are really performing at a top level at this minute. Now, moving on, lads, Ben White at right back played out of position. I say that in the match reaction. Of course, he played out of position, but it never seemed like we missed my man Tomiyasu there. Of course, if you look at Ben White, a couple of times he gave the ball away. A couple of times he went in the final third and he was challenged because he's really taken a lot of time without playing in that position. But when you understand there is the versatility, is his ability to swift, the flexibility of the player, getting into those areas. Playing at right back, just like he was always been doing that. Of course, we have a COVID-19 crisis at the moment. Ainsley out there, but of course he'll be moving to Roma tomorrow. Do not miss that that show for the transfers. A lot to discuss there. But of course, Ainsley there not available. Cedric not available. Callum Chambers as well not available. We had one option. Ben White. And I'm going to say he really did a very good job in terms of defending. They thought that is Norwich City. They thought they were going to get him off guard. They thought they were going to take advantage of him. All, the attacks, everything they planned was going through Ben White. But they were wrong. Guess what? They were wrong because Ben White there, absolutely phenomenal. I'll give him 9 out of 10 for playing out of position, keeping a clean sheet, and then also doing the endeavor to come forward and see whether he could create some chances. But of course, yes, lads, he's not a right back. He is, he can't play at right back, but he's not a right back. But his durability, flexibility really gave me a lot of things to learn. And of course, there, lads, are the opposite of Ben White. They're Kieran Tierney on the score sheet, the Scottish man, the big man, the captain to become Arsenal, did get on the score sheet yet again. Who said something about my fullback? Who said he's not actually available? He is always available. Of course, I cannot lie, guys. I'm really scared for Kieran Tierney whenever he gets out of that pitch. I'm really scared. I want him to be fit because we know in the Premier League there are so many very poor fullbacks that have very hefty price tags, and they believe they are better than my fullback. But that is not true. Of course, Kieran Tierney creating moments in this game. The goal he scored, absolutely superb. Really better than many fullbacks in such positions. He gets in there. He's really composed, and he takes the shot, and of course he hits the back of the net. Kieran Tierney there, for me, lads, I'm gonna give him 10 out of 10. What didn't he do? He tried to create the chances. He scored a goal. He got in those areas. He defended very well. He was really good in transition. He didn't lose many games, many balls, in possession. And what I'm gonna say is that if he can keep fit, you never know. We could have our best fullback there in the league in Kieran Tierney. Scotland are really going to be proud of this lad in the World Cup. If did they qualify? I'm not even really sure about that. But if they did qualify, they have a very good player. And of course, it could be my captain and your captain at Scotland. So please do watch out for Kieran Tierney. The centre-back partnership, the first time they played this season together, Rob Holding and my man Gabriel Magalhaes. Yes, Rob Holding a little bit sloppy, not very not very good. But I'm gonna say yes. It was that game where you just need to keep a clean sheet. He did the basics right. He did everything right that was really required of him. I'm gonna give Rob Holding 8 out of 10, and I'll give my man there, Ben White, 9 out of 10. Because I'm sorry, Gabriel Magalhaes, 9 out of 10. Gabriel was superb. Gabriel is phenomenal. I just love that lad. The passing, the energy, winning the aerial duels, winning the ground duels. He's just phenomenal. He's just too good. I mean, no wonder he is a Brazilian, because everything he does there for Arsenal, for him as a player, and everything he's gonna do as a player, you're gonna see a lot of talent. You're gonna see phenomenal talent. So let us agree, guys, and let us agree to these lads. My man there, Gabriel Magalhaes, should get a 9 out of 10, and 8 out of 10 for Rob Holding. And I think why Gabriel actually needs a lot of credit is that he played with a very incompetent centre-back. That doesn't mean that Rob Holding is not good enough. I think he's really good, but really incompetent. And we know as Arsenal fans, when we discuss here on this channel, we discuss everything. We discuss as deluded fans, we discuss as objective fans, and we also discuss as very critical fans. And to be very sure there, my man Rob Holding not really competent enough. And of course, I was really scared of Timo Pukki. I thought he was really going to make a mess of him, but thanks to Gabriel, that didn't happen. I'm gonna say yes, that centre-back pairing, when we do not have some players around, it could work, but not all the time. Then the midfield pivot of Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. Partey today, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. His passing, his movement, and everything, game reading. What I loved about Partey today is the risk taking in terms of passes. At times he looks very average, passing that ball to the nearest person, passing that ball to the nearest player. You don't want to see that. You want Partey to be passing the ball to the farthest player. You want Partey to be making risks in terms of goal scoring, in terms of passing, and that is what he did today. Dribbling was very superb. Obviously, like I said in the match reaction we did 1 hour ago, and make sure you do check that check that video. I said Thomas Partey today, Billy Gilmore is not a match for Thomas Partey. Partey is a professional. Partey is a player that has been tested. Partey is a very good midfielder. So today, Thomas Partey really didn't disappoint me, and thank you Partey for not disappointing me. I'm going to give Thomas Partey there 8 out of 10, and Xhaka 7 out of 10. He didn't really do a bad job, but of course he's not very exceptional. He's not very phenomenal. I've already said, if you have a player like Bruno Guimaraes there, if you have a player like Renato Sanchez there, if you have a player like Arthur Miller there, it would be very, very, very different, very exciting. So I believe Xhaka in the position is really, really not doing what he's supposed to do. But of course, then lads, he's really, really doing what the manager is telling them to do. So 7 out of 10. And now for Granit Xhaka. Look, former captain, a lot of respect that I'll actually pour onto him. Gabriel Martinelli, then my man there. Of course, I'm going to say many people are not talking about Gabriel Martinelli because he didn't score. And I'm going to say shame upon you. This lad was running all over the pitch. This lad is responsible for the second goal we scored. Because if you look at him, he never rested. He never rests on that pitch until he's taken off. Until the final whistle is blown. Gabriel Martinelli, fantastic play, fantastic performance. I think I saw all what I wanted to see in him. Relentlessness. It was there, the character, it was there, the speed, the energy, it was there. Clinical, because when he got the chance on goal, guess what? He put it in the back of the net, and the liner there said, no, you're not going to score again. But he was wrong, because we scored again and again and again. We could not stop scoring in that game. So Gabriel Martinelli, what I'm going to say there, lads, is I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10, but I'm going to say very good performance. I really love it when some players just give you their best. Even when they don't score, you can see that they are good. They are really phenomenal. Let's move over to Bukayo Saka, who played on the other side of the pitch. And I'm going to say world class. Madrid, come and try to get him. You'll pay $1 billion. Barcelona, of course, you can't get, you can't come for him now because you can't afford $1 billion. You cannot even afford 10 million for a player at the moment. I think you've really, really signed Ferran Torres, and it's gonna be a deal that you pay over across a long time. Juve, you can't do that. Maybe Bayern Munich is the only scare that I might have, but of course, when have Bayern Munich paid $1 billion for a player? Saka right now, lads, is worth $1 billion. They said Pedri, they said Gavi are worth billions of money. No, the right player that is worth $1 billion right now in the world is Bukayo Saka. Really developing so well, really, really developing very, very fast. The player in the last 2 years has been really developing at a phenomenal rate, at a very, very admirable rate. And I'm going to say one or two things about Saka in that game. The first one, he's very, very clinical in that game. Of course, I've always said that Saka's goal scoring ability should improve. And I think when he goes home, he watches Cossy. Because today, 2 chances on goal. And guess what? Saka has 2 goals. He has scored 2 times in his career for the first time ever at Arsenal Football Club. And I believe Saka, when he gets his goal scoring feet sorted out, he can score hat-tricks, he can score braces ever all over again. Saka there, 10 out of 10. Don't tell me anything, lads. Saka, 10 out of 10. Like I said, any club that want him, pay $1 billion. If you do not have $1 billion, shut the hell up. Alexander Lacazette as well there, lads. I will end with Martin Odegaard, do not worry. Alexander Lacazette there scoring a penalty. I'm gonna say very, very, very clever play from Alexander Lacazette there, because he's caught in the box. But of course, any reckless striker does not win that penalty. He wins the penalty very, very well. Good play from Emil Smith-Rowe. Again, another phenomenal talent. We'll be discussing Smith-Rowe in the next few seconds. But I'm gonna say, Lacazette, how magic? Where is the magic coming from? Because right now, if you ask me, the glue that is actually holding our forwards together, that is Alexander Lacazette. Really talented. The time, all the time when he gets the ball, he really, really, really has the patience. He really has the vision to look out for those passes, to pick out Odegaard, to pick out Saka, to pick out Martinelli. And I'm going to say, even if he's not scoring at the moment, he's actually offering more on the pitch. And this is why one thing I really asked of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, if you're not scoring, you've got to at least be that glue, be that kind of a glue that holds the team together, holds the particles up front together. Aubameyang failed at that. Lacazette is doing it very, very superbly. Lacazette in that game, I'll give him a 6.9 out of 10. The penalty doesn't really count for me. He should have been a little bit, a little bit better and scored. So 6.9, but I will really say he had a very, very good game. Martin Odegaard, lads, 10 out of 10. I'm giving 10 out of 10 today. 10 out of 10 for Martin Odegaard. What are you saying? That lad has 2 assists in that game. But that is not the reason as to why we give him 10 out of 10. The reason I do give him 10 out of 10 is that Kian Tierney pass. The assist to Kian Tierney is absolute quality. Don't tell me no nothing. If anyone wants to of course I know Madrid will be like, we want to sign him back. He was our player. Give us $1 billion. If you have $1 billion, Madrid, you can spend. But if you do not have $1 billion, please stay quiet. You can use the likes of Vinicius. You can use the likes of Marco Asensio. You can use you can use your players out there. But Martin Odegaard is now a gunner. This lad is absolutely phenomenal. In the last 6 games, do you know what? In the last 6 games, Martin Odegaard has scored 5 goals and assisted 5 times. He has actually engaged himself in 10 goals directly in the last 6 games. How many players have done that in the league? Not only Arsenal, but in the league. How many players have done that? Tell me, and I'll be able to challenge you down there. So Martin Odegaard, lads, 10 out of 10. Nothing you guys can tell me otherwise. That lad is absolutely really phenomenal. 10 out of 10 for Martin Odegaard, and I wish he can keep fit. And I wish he can keep that form, because what I see in Odegaard now is a player who's really taking more risks, is a player who's trying to score more, is a player who's trying to assist more, is a player who's trying to tell everybody, hey, look, Saka is talented, Martinelli is as well, and everyone in this team is talented, but I am exceptional, and I cannot disagree, lads. That lad is exceptional, not only in Arsenal but also in the league. If you look at the players that have that have his his vision, that have his quality, they're not as many as you might want to point out. And then lastly, lads, is my man there, Emile Smith-Rowe, coming off the bench. Yet again, my top scorer, my English midfielder, my number 10 there in England, scoring yet again for Arsenal off the bench. Is creating dilemmas for Cossy. He's creating dilemmas for Mikel Arteta. He's creating dilemmas for anyone. How do you bench him? I mean, he's too good for the bench. He's too good to even start. So how do you bench him? Well, of course, that is one thing we've got to think about. How do we play them together? That I hear you ask. I hear you really ask yourselves, how can we play all these 4 players together, maybe in a 4-1-4-1? But I think we don't need a 4-1-4-1. We don't need a 4-3-3. What we need is these players to compete again, among themselves, to create that kind of competition. If they do, then Arsenal will be going back to the top there. So I'm gonna say Emile Smith-Rowe scoring yet again from the bench. Why not? Super sub. 10 out of 10, lads. 10 out of 10. Let's go with the 10 out of 10. I wanted to say 8. I wanted to say 7. But look, the penalty that we get is courtesy of Emile Smith-Rowe. The goal he scores, the 5th goal, is courtesy of Emile Smith-Rowe. He could have scored a hat-trick coming off the bench. That guy is so good. And no wonder their Aston Villa were crying, trying to sign him as a replacement of Jack Grealish. Because at the moment, lads, he's better than Jack Grealish. He's actually scored 9 times in the Premier League. Can you mention that? 9 times from the Premier League. And of course, I'm going to say 2 times of those have actually come from the bench. Is it 3 times? Is it 2 times coming from the bench, scoring again? And of course, making sure that Arsenal consolidate their win. And of course, Mikel Arteta there, lads, we will give him this time a 9 out of 10, because the opponent was actually a little bit easy. But on the road, Mikel Arteta, 9 out of 10. I'm gonna say the philosophy is really working, and of course the team selection is why I'm trying to respect him. Tomorrow we will do a video about this man Mikel Arteta and how improved is he. Yes, I do not believe in him 100%, but he's really improved, and he deserves some respect. He deserves some credit, and we will definitely give it to him. Because I'm going to say, lads, there, that when you look at how we played, when you look at how we handled the ball, when you look at how we really showed a lot of hunger in the first half, 2-0. But what is even important is the second half, because he told the players, look, first half, you're doing well, but the second half, you're giving away our leads. You're giving away our football. What are you doing? And of course, he's really working on the mistakes. Individual mistakes are really minimal. And of course, there, you have a philosophy and you have an identity, something I've been asking for from Mikel Arteta. He told me, Cossy, I'm giving you that. The identity is there. The philosophy is there. The project is going bang. Give me some time. I'm going to say, lads, yes, Mikel, maybe should be given some more time. I don't want to lean against the wall there because many people, but I'm gonna say right now he's really doing well, and I'll give him all the credit there in the world. He's is around 7 points of Tottenham Hotspur. He's around 8 points of Manchester United, and there you have a team that is sailing in the top four. If we can keep fit, if we can keep the wins coming in, the wins leading there, we will be very, very phenomenal. So Mikel Arteta there, I'll give you the credit, but make sure you do not. If you lose against Manchester City, it is okay, but lose with a philosophy, lose with respect. I will not have a problem because we know this is a young project that is really, really developing together and is really developing well. My name is Cossy. I'm sponsored by Melbet. Why don't I speak to you to the next one? If only you can smash the like button to 300.